Do y'all have these? You see this? Little spots on my face. I have them all like down my neck, onto my chest. Growing up, I only had these three. Most of them are raised, so like they're like little moles. I only started getting these with every pregnancy. And it was funny because my mom was with me in the car the other day and she was looking at my skin and she was like, I never noticed that you had all these bumps, or like not even, I wouldn't even call them bumps. They're like little marks or like little moles. She's like, I never noticed that you had those before. My mom is black. I'm biracial. My dad is white. My mom is black. And she's dark skinned. So you can't really see them on her. But I always notice them on my aunts. She actually has an identical twin who has a lot of them. And I always noticed them growing up. And I thought it was funny that she had never noticed them on me because this is my fourth pregnancy currently. And they've just continued to come more and more over time. When I started getting more of them, I was like, okay, wait, are these linked to like me being pregnant or something? So I started doing research on these little moles. And turns out that they're really common in Black women. I can't remember exactly what the name of them are. I'll try to put them in the caption or on screen. What I gathered was they're basically the product or result of your body creating melanin. And since I'm biracial and my children have a Black father, every time I get pregnant, I'm producing some melanin. So with every pregnancy, I've gotten more of these little spots on my face. Now, for me, I'm not really bothered by them. I think they're kind of cute, but I also have a history with cancerous moles. So when I was a kid, like maybe 8 or 9, I actually had to get a mole removed from my like thigh area. And they didn't know until after the fact that it was essentially cancerous. But since we removed it, there was no other concern to be had. But that was always something that stuck with me was that, as a kid, I didn't put on sunscreen. I didn't wear, none of that. And I was out in the sun a lot. I go back and forth on whether or not we really need sunscreen or not. Obviously, I used a mineral sunscreen in this video. So I do use mineral sunscreens. But it always kind of like was something that I thought of when it came to my skin. Like, they tell you just keep an eye out for like different moles that you get popped up and things like that. And so since I've been getting these little dots on my face, while they're like cute, I keep an extra eye on them because skin cancer is a thing. And as I've gotten older, I have been just very much so more cautious about the types of skincare products and makeup things that I use because I don't want to put myself in jeopardy, obviously, in any sort of way, especially being a mom and being mindful of like different habits that I have that can affect my children and my family. And especially as Black women, like we use so many different things on our skin and our bodies, and there's honestly so many options out there now that like, we can tend to fall into just buying things that like look nice, smell pretty, things like that. But I've found that even with that being said, you can find products and things that are like healthy for you without compromising on like the actual impact and the look that you're trying to get. And different skin issues and diseases and stuff show up differently on us. Like it just looks different than how it does on people with lighter skin. Even with my children now, especially my daughter, even at 4, we talk about our skin. We talk about what we see. I just want her to grow up just feeling comfortable in her own skin and not being afraid to bring things up that she may be concerned about or worried about. And having that open dialogue with her about, everything, but especially about her body from a young age to me is like really important. So while yes, your freckles and little spots that pop up on your face may be cute, just keep an eye on them, child. If they start looking a little red or start itching, things like that, that's when you want to get somebody to look at them. if I was super concerned about these low spots on my face, you can get them taken off. But for me, it's like, I also don't want to do anything to my body that isn't necessary. So if they're harmless, then why take them off? It adds a little bit of texture to my skin, but also it adds character. Like, I think they're so cute, and I love when I see women of color having them because it just feels like it's something special that makes us unique.